Go!
Okay. Today I'm going to talk about should Hawaii require early language training for K-6 and other languages? How many of you know a second language? Wouldn't you like to have learned a second language growing up?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what if it were a requirement of the state of Hawaii to include learning a second language in grades K-6?
That would be
Do you think that would be beneficial to the children?
Yes.
Okay. What if I told you that learning a second language at an early age can boost a student's achievement in other academic areas? Would you then want Hawaii to require early language training for grades K-6?
Yes.
In 2005, education research analyst Janice Stewart found that foreign language study, especially when introduced in early elementary school age, is associated with 3 additional benefits of increased cognitive skills, higher achievement in other academic areas, and higher standardized test scores. In 1992, Wilbur and Robinson reviewed 144 research studies conducted over 3 decades on the relationship between early second language learning and cognitive ability. He concluded that early experience with 2 language systems seems to leave children with a mental flexibility, a superiority in concept formation, and a more diversified set of mental abilities. There are many studies that show the benefits of learning a second language at an early age, and here are some of the reasons why learning a second language will be valuable. It has a positive effect on intellectual growth. It enriches and enhances the child's development. It leaves students with more flexibility in thinking, greater sensitivity to language, and a better ear for listening. It improves a child's understanding of his or her native language. It gives a child the ability to communicate with people he or she would otherwise not have the chance to know. It opens the door to other cultures and helps a child understand and appreciate people from other countries. It gives a student a head start in language requirements for college, and it increases job opportunities. In many careers where knowing other languages is a real asset. You might ask, how is that possible? How can learning a second language make you smarter? Well, it doesn't make you smarter, it just gives you an advantage at learning. A study undertaken by York University in Canada suggests that bilingual children knowledge of a second language gives them an advantage in learning to read. Their ability to apply the insight and experiences of one language to the other, as well as their wider experience with language, gives them a big leg up. As they grow older, this advantage continues and grows. When asked, should Hawaii require early language training for K-6 and other languages, Kamehameha preschool teacher Annette Karari replied, it would be of great significance to implement a second language into grades K-6 because the younger they are, the more that they are able to absorb and obtain information. She states that, I used to work at Punana Leo, and the 2-year-olds grasp the language faster than a child who comes in at 5 or 6 years old. In her knowledge, she suggests that learning a second language will give children the ability to not only learn their mother tongue, but likewise it will boost self-esteem and learning. In working in several bilingual schools, she has seen many of the students go off to college all over the world and become teachers themselves. Studies have also shown that bilingual students have often become more successful than those who have only learned one language. When I was 3 years old, I attended a Hawaiian immersion school. The only language that was spoken in school was the Hawaiian language. I was able to grasp the language within months of being in it. My mom, who was taking a college course in Hawaiian language, was not able to pick up the language so quickly. She gained a better knowledge of the language from hearing me speak rather than a college course.
Wow.
This is why learning a second language at a young age is so crucial. It is harder for adults to learn a second language versus a child. When a baby is born, they know nothing of this world, but within a year they are able to speak words or short sentences because their mind is fresh and open to learning. Implementing a second language at such a young age would be very valuable to the children. Now, of course, my parents were worried that I would have a hard time learning English as I got older. However, when I attended an English-speaking school for the first time in the 7th grade, I was ahead of most of the students in my class. I was at an advantage to learning, and I was an A and B student throughout the rest of the school year.
Wow.
In my personal experience, learning a second language at an early age really gave me the ability to grasp knowledge quickly.
Any questions?
In Europe, children were being taught foreign languages starting at the ages of 6 to 9 years old. However, they have lowered the starting age and are now requiring it being taught in preschool. English is the most taught foreign language in the world, in countries all over the world. The European Commission fosters multilingualism and language learning in order to, one, promote intellectual dialogue and more inclusive society, two, help the public to develop a sense of European citizenship, three, open up opportunities for young people to study and work abroad, and four, to open new markets for European businesses competing at global level. The goal is a year where everyone is taught 2 languages in addition to their own mother tongue from a very early age. In addition, learning a second language can make you a more competitive candidate for any job. While a wide variety of careers require other foreign languages, there are those jobs that require bilingual experience. However, being able to speak a second language gives you an advantage over other people applying for the same position. There are also numerous positions in international businesses that require bilingual employees. So having a second language in your background makes it enticing to employers. In conclusion, we have learned that learning a second language would be beneficial for the state of Hawaii to implement at an early age because it has positive effect on intellectual growth, it enhances mental development, it improves understanding of other languages, communication, it opens doors to learning, and it provides more job opportunities. So should Hawaii require learning a second language for grades K to 6?
Definitely.
Due to the many positive outcomes, I believe that yes, Hawaii should require early language training for children K to 6.
Oh, good.